right, welcome to a new episode of Dork Souls Podcast. I am your host, Lisa Wallen.
And I'm Hector Navarro. And on today's episode, we've got Steve Zaragoza. And we talk about Ghostbusters and Muppets and Gagu. And if you don't know what Gagu is, you're going to want to stay tuned. It's pretty good.
And if you guys like what you've been seeing and listening, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out our Patreon, and rate us on all your preferred podcast platforms. And enjoy today's episode. Yay!
Yay, Gagu!
Okay, we're starting the podcast. Welcome to a new episode of Dork Souls Podcast. How you doing?
Great. I'm going to be flying to Las Vegas in a little bit, like in a couple hours for the weekend to do a convention show.
I thought
So
you
it's
were
going to be fun.
do a comedy show.
To do a comedy show, yeah.
Hector is now starting stand-up comedy.
That's the joke.
So there you go. Congratulations on that. You'll make $20 and 3 drink tickets every week.
I know I would never be good at stand-up because I think I used to have in the back of my head, if I ever did stand-up, I would do material kind of like Lisa, where it's like about nerdy stuff.
And not funny.
But then I see you do it and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I can't take the nerdy thing and make it that fun and funny. And I would just get up there and get too specific. And I'd get mad at the audience. I'm like, oh, you don't know who Mirror Master is? Come on, guys, come on. It's like, that's I would ruin it.
Yeah, but at the same time, every time I do it, I still don't think I feel like I black out during my sets. You remember that scene in Old School where Will Ferrell goes on stage and he just blacks out and
perfectly
does like
debates?
Yeah, that's me when I do stand up.
But you're great. You did great. I've seen
thank
seen
you.
multiple times.
We've seen your clips.
You're
and
good. Shut
We
up.
can just talk about me for a whole hour.
And all you gotta do is just do it forever, and then you'll be so good that it won't even.
You'll be Jerry Seinfeld.
Think about it.
Yeah,
anymore.
see the ghost in the background. He even agrees. Well, before we get into today, we should do a recap of last week, or I guess last 2 weeks. We had our first guest, Mr. Anthony Carboni. I'm like leaning down. You're so short, I just have to.
Wow. I take it all back. You're not funny. You're mean and you're cruel. You're the worst kind of stand-up comic.
I feel like I shouldn't be here for this.
We're just
no,
talking.
You're right.
We had Anthony on. We talked about Garfield, sexy and buff Garfield, and also grotesque and horror Garfield.
We talked a little bit about Star Wars.
We talked about Bill Nye the Science Guy.
We did, because he's from Seattle.
Yeah, and what did you learn? You learned a new fact about him, right?
I didn't know any of that shit. It's crazy.
He didn't know. Hey, Ghost. He didn't know that Bill Nye the Science Guy started as an improv guy.
What?
Almost Live. Did you know that?
I don't know a lot of shit about
I
that.
know.
I will bring up Bill Nye.
Yeah.
We can just talk about Bill Nye again.
That's fine.
But yeah, but besides that, what I've been up to is doing actual stand-up, and it's not paying well. So hopefully by the time this episode comes out, we'll have some Patreon subscribers, because we'll have a Patreon episode out, which will be really cool. And I'm on a little old school JRPG run right now.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. What I've been up to is I've been also getting into some older, like old school games. I've been playing some Sega Saturn. We almost talked about that with Carboni a little bit. Yeah. And then I've also been about to start reading some Transformers and G.I. Joe comic books. And I'm very excited about it.
We know how much you love comic books.
Yeah.
Are you going to build another Transformer?
Yeah, I want to build one more Transformer.
a little tiny Transformer.
Yeah, I made a little Transformer one time. I don't do Gundams, but I did a Transformer.
Okay, well, since our ghost is dying to join this conversation.
I'm just having a nice time. I'm just happy to be out of the house for a second.
We are also happy for you to be here and out of the house, which we will introduce our second guest ever on the Dork Souls podcast. Would you like to do the introduction?
Yeah, he's one of the best in the biz. One of the goddamn best in the biz. Has one of the funniest podcasts ever made by man.
What the shit?
I'm talking about the Dynamic Banter podcast. We have Steve Zaragoza.
You're gonna make me blush.
On the show today.
Steve Zaragoza.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Steve?
I love you both so much.
Yeah, you're the best.
I love you too. It's funny do you remember how we became friends?
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
How?
Well, so Gina Figueroa, what was her last name? Gina
and Joey.
Gina and Joey.
There you go.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't remember her last name, but Gina's this wonderful friend of ours who had a show on
It was
and they shot it in Seattle.
Oh, cool.
And they invited myself and Whitney Moore.
Oh my God,
who we love. Who we should have on the show.
Yeah, you're talking about Gina DeVivo.
That's the DeVivo.
Yeah, Gina
God damn it! I feel like such an
all these people who will be on the show one day.
Yeah, Gina's
Gina's the best.
Great.
Super cool.
I feel warmth in my heart when I think about Gina. I get warmth in my heart when I think about Gina.
So you flew to Seattle.
We flew to Seattle, Whitney and I, and then Jesse.
Yeah.
McKeel said he knew you.
Oh, cool.
Or it was Joey. It was Joey.
Oh, Joey.
Oh, that's right. Gina's Joey.
Gina's Joey.
Yes.
Gina's Joey.
And invited you to lunch with us.
That's her real last name.
How did you know Joey?
Joey I met through all the nerds.
Got it.
Nerds.
I know. Joey's a connected nerd.
We all know each other.
It was before I moved here, too.
Wow.
Right. You were in Seattle still.
It was like a year, 2 years before.
Wow.
And you showed up.
I remember.
I showed up into your life and changed it forever. And I bought I do.
I bought a denim jacket that
You did, in that thrift shop.
Yep, and that set our whole friendship. It's that denim. Every time I wear the denim jacket, I'm like, this is the jacket I bought when I met Steve.
And then something about leaving it in my car for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Is it downstairs right now? It's out there?
No, but...
We were at a bar, and then I and then I left it with you, and I got it back like a year later, and I was like, "This jacket is this is how we connect."
Yeah.
And then I moved here,
Good times.
and then you
moved very close to me.
I know, and then you moved very far.
And then I moved very far.
Like, I don't
because I was like, I can't be near this woman.
I can't have Lisa be too close.
My life.
With karaoke, which they did bring back.
I know.
I
it's calling to me like a siren song.
What spot didn't have karaoke?
It's called Player One in NoHo.
It's a barcade.
Yeah, the barcade.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it went out of business.
No, it was good, and then even through the pandemic, it was like around.
Okay, cool.
And then someone introduced me to the karaoke there, and I was like, oh, I need to perform, because it was like post-pandemic and people were crawling out of their homes again.
Yep.
And I was like, God, I need a stage.
You tear it up at karaoke.
Dude, I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love making people turn around and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, even if it's bad.
Yeah.
I love
it. Steve really brought out the karaoke me. I think when I moved to LA, I did karaoke more than comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. As
we
you should.
We also did karaoke together.
We did.
But karaoke could be a gateway into stand up.
And
it could be.
That's true, because you have to do banter in between the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then you go, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
You don't have to be good at it.
Well, you don't have to be good at it, but you have to be able to stand up in front of more than 6 people.
Yep.
And be looked at.
Yep.
And that's something that's very hard. And if you can do that, you can do
anything.
Stand up.
I think karaoke is the most beautiful hobby, because you can be on any skill and people still support you.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
There are some rules, like don't choose like an 8-minute song.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
Unless you're Steve.
Well, as you're Steve.
You're the only person who's allowed to.
But also, like, that the bar setting is like perfect for that, because then people could just go do their drink and like do their flirtations.
Yeah.
And
I did stand up in bars all the time, and those are very hit or miss. But if I'm busting,
because they're probably not listening. Right?
Yeah, they're just like, I didn't sign up. I didn't consent.
I
didn't consent to these
I'm here
Zelda
to drink
jokes.
with my pals.
I didn't consent to these Zelda jokes. You know,
I was like thinking about the bar setting and how it's like important for stuff like performances and stuff, because the inebriation level is like,
it's a tricky balance.
It's a tricky balance because
you don't want
hecklers. You're talking about hecklers?
Absolutely.
I'm glad I wore shorts today.
Yeah, you look great.
We're talking about hecklers.
Hecklers, listen. There's like that rule in stand-up: you're not allowed to wear shorts on stage.
Why?
Or
what
sandals.
The fuck?
Why?
I don't know, because it's distracting. I was like, I feel like if you're funny enough, you can wear
whatever
you want.
Who gives a shit?
But yeah, sometimes I don't want to see people's feet.
Oh, I get that.
I understand the sandal thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like how you should wear deodorant to a convention.
Correct. Like, your jokes are good, but your feet are fugly, so I can't. I'm distracted.
But if you're like sitting at the foot level, I feel like it's easier to. I don't know. You get distracted by ugly feet. Is that what you're saying?
I think if I'm like sitting in an audience and there's a stage and someone's wearing sandals, I'm looking directly at their feet.
But the whole time, you think?
It has yet to happen. You know?
Is that foot fetish?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only look at people's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good thing mine are covered today.
Yeah.
I do get some weird comments like on my stream. People ask me what my shoe size is all the time.
Yeah.
And
You're a tall lady.
one I wanted to make a joke out of because this guy, because I'm tall, and I like posted myself in heels, and he goes, "Oh, a 10.5 goddess." I said, "I'm a 9.5, but thank you that you thought my feet were that big." I was like, "Wait, I'm offended now."
Does a lady want a foot big?
No.
Okay, good. That's what I thought.
But he guessed my size was a 10.5.
No, or wasn't he just saying you're a 10 out of 10? You're a 10.5 out of 10.
His entire thing was foot.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And I was like, no, I'm a 9.5.
The name was like Foot Guy 69.
Yeah.
Got it.
It was literally like
Nike boy.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, 10.5, and with a question mark and a heart face. I was like
hoping. Bigger the better.
No.
Thoughts?
Do you have thoughts on the feet?
I do. But I'm sorry if this goes too deep into the perverse.
Go ahead, go.
Who cares?
But it's your show.
Your
we
next
can move
sentence
on.
better be, I love sucking
Listen,
toes. Go right into it.
We got 45. We're going to talk about nerdy shit, but we can get the weird shit out first.
Listen, this is nerdy shit.
Okay, good.
I'm talking, you just wait. I'm talking like wiki feeds.
Yeah, I get that.
You have.
I don't. I'm really mad.
You do, Lisa. You don't know, but
know,
you probably do.
I looked it
up.
You
looked it up?
You looked it up.
Of course I did. Because after a guy guessed that I was a 10.5, I was like, is someone online spreading rumors about me? I am.
Your Wikipedia says you're 10.5.
Well, here. So have you ever looked at yourself on Reddit? Like looked up yourself?
No.
I
don't want to.
Well, mine is like...
Oh.
I did, and I found out I'm on most of it's like nerdy stuff. It's like my tweets and like from software.
You have
shit.
some meme that's out there.
Oh
too.
Yeah, my 12-year-old photo of me
from when she was 12.
that Tony Hawk liked.
That's you probably found a lot of that on Reddit, right?
But I also found that I am on r/crossed legs, and there's like 4 pictures of me sitting like this. I didn't know.
That's just the bad internet. Sorry. Yeah.
The thing is you can't.
Yeah.
You can't exist.
Exactly.
Without something being a thing.
If you're a woman on the internet, some part of you will be
scrutinized in some way.
Itemized,
dissected,
made gross.
You know what? I will say,
you could be on like
made gross.
r/eyelashes. It doesn't matter. There's
r/eyelash on cheek.
Yeah.
There's pictures of you with an eyelash on your cheek.
There's all. I mean, but I was like, I didn't know cross legs was a thing, but also I'm glad to know I'm really good at that.
What's the fucking thing with cross
legs? It doesn't matter.
I don't know. It was just like it's just a whole.
Keep track of all that.
Just take a moment of silence for this.
For those watching, you could check out r/cross legs.
Just think about it for a second. Just let your mind go to a dirty place for a second in your brain.
Oh, I gotta go.
Why would cross legs be a thing? Okay, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Why would a man or a group of people on the internet be gross about it?
Just legs in general.
Just legs.
Just legs.
Just legs doing stuff.
Sometimes a leg will do it for me. This is nerdy.
This is a really great way to get into our guest today. So I love it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Which I did have some questions because, Steve, I know you. It's weird because I know you as like a nerdy person.
Yeah.
Because I met you through nerdy people. So I just associate you as like gamer.
I'm a super fucking nerd, dude.
Yeah, but
Is your thing gaming? Is that the thing?
Fortnite.
You think the thing I nerd? You're asking me the thing I nerd
or is it like,
about the most?
How do you see your? Because I would probably take movies or comic books.
Movies.
Both or one or the other.
Movies is
number one.
Number one.
Okay,
let's get that straight.
This little head tilt to Lisa.
You live in Hollywood. Yes, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love my movies, and I've always loved movies. A big movie nerd. I love going to the movie events.
Okay.
Are you an A-lister?
No, not in any.
Are you an AMC A-lister?
No, I never did. I never.
You're an A-lister in my heart.
Oh,
yes.
Now we're back.
Yeah.
I never did any of those like movie card things, but I was and still have. My ArcLight member card.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. But I was an ArcLight member.
Wait, what's ArcLight?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, this is somebody who moved here 2 years
From
ago
Seattle.
and was not a movie person.
Well, do you know about the Cinerama Dome?
No.
Sad.
I'm a baby.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if
Mark is so upset.
See, now
I'm so sad.
We need to have a moment of silence.
Yeah, producer Mark.
You know, they keep saying they're gonna bring it back.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's wild that you don't know it. You know Alamo Drafthouse, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was our Alamo
Yes,
Drafthouse here in
correct.
LA.
Yep.
Oh.
So
right.
super clean, super nice, great food.
Where was
Yeah.
it at?
It's
Hollywood?
literally at
It was down the street from here.
Sunset in Highland.
Why did they get rid of it?
Or no, Sunset and Vine.
Pandemic.
The pandemic killed all the movie theaters.
But also maybe
Yeah.
isn't also like a private equity bullshit thing also just like
Yeah,
everything else. It's like
yeah.
why is Toys R Us going out of business? Why is
Right.
it's because of that.
But Toys R Us is still in Canada?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Canada and be a
Scam.
Toys R Us kid
Yeah.
again.
I'll never grow up. I'm in
yeah,
Canada.
never ever.
I did go to New Beverly Cinema.
There you go.
I did
Cool.
go there.
Yeah,
That was
okay,
really
great.
cool.
All right.
Okay,
And
great.
watched Eddie Murphy's
Yeah, I mean,
Raw,
yeah.
which
Cool.
was
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great way
Cool.
to see that.
I know, it was great. But
Yeah.
I'm now living in LA. I've realized, like, yes, I've always been like a film person. I feel like
Sure.
everyone is. And I moved here and I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody.
Like it's like
yeah.
everyone I know is a horror nerd. That's the big thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good people, the horror movie nerds.
Yeah. I mean, I think
And
we all
here I
kind
am
of gravitate.
still playing video games.
Mhm.
but video games is your number one.
Yes. Yeah.
That's fine because like for me it's like movies and then like video games.
Yeah.
Because movies is everything.
It's easy.
And also like, like movies is animated shit too.
Yes.
So and like, so it's a whole umbrella for me.
Now you're speaking my language.
That you know what I mean?
Anime? Just kidding.
Anime.
Yeah. Sure, weeb.
Yeah.
I anime is hard for me.
It's okay.
Because there's a lot of melodrama
Mhm.
in anime. And
Mhm.
melodrama
There's a lot of
yeah. Oh, like very orgasmic sounding things that are not meant to be in orgasmic situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, the melodrama is like a little too much for me.
We've talked about this before, sort of like the different paths that Lisa and I had as nerds.
Yeah.
Where when I was a little kid, a little brown kid in San Diego, I gravitated towards this. But then Lisa was gravitating towards this. And why those differences.
I became Japanese.
Yeah. She just became it.
Yeah. But you weren't born Japanese.
I wasn't born. I became Japanese over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've always been part Korean.
Yeah.
But became Japanese.
Became honorary Japanese person.
For all of the
I
anime.
heard it's easier to become Japanese if you're Korean.
Yeah.
It's closer. You're there. You're already almost
he was
there.
always like more the Western nerd stuff. I was always.
Why is
Eastern
that?
nerd stuff.
Where did you find those inspirations?
Inspiration.
Do you remember what your first like? I love this.
Oh, I love that I'm getting interviewed right now.
Canva?
I remember it was with my
Legend of Zelda for you was a big
Legend of
one.
Zelda, but for anime it was Sailor Moon because it was like. What these badass girls transform?
It was on the TV.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was on the television.
Yeah.
And then I just remember being like, oh my god, like these girls are transforming, they're badass.
And they look so much cooler than like Scooby Doo.
Yeah. The animation. Yeah. For sure.
It was like a style when you're a kid. You're like, I'm looking at something different
and
from
their planets.
Bambi.
Yep.
And you're like, why?
Would that mean Captain? Yeah. Would that mean Captain Planet, like the Western equivalent?
Well, that's
Sailor Moon and Captain Planet.
But Captain Planet looked like Sailor Moon to
because
me
it was animated overseas.
Animated overseas,
yeah.
Like Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters cartoon was animated overseas.
That's your thing. That's your number one thing.
Ghostbusters is my boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Ghostbuster?
Well, I guess it's got it. I mean, I go between Venkman and Dan Aykroyd's character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's very like because why am I blanking on his name?
It's not Egon.
No.
Ray.
So Ray is what's his name? God damn it! Now
Dan
I forget his name. Dan Aykroyd's character, and Ray is like, I believe in ghosts and I believe in paranormal shit, and I'm a nerd, but I'm also kind of like funny and silly and got a good heart,
just like me.
And but yeah, exactly. But Bill Murray was like,
he was
I'm a cynical, sarcastic. I don't believe this shit.
Yep.
Even when it's in my face.
Yep.
But I'm making money.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And then the jokes were always funny. So I kind of like loved both of that.
I never watched the cartoon though.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I really
lots of episodes.
Yeah. People love it.
The only, now that I think about it, I think the only, besides like PBS shows, the only Western cartoons I watched growing up was like Batman Beyond.
Sick.
Wow. So I was Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite a bit older than you.
No.
And maybe closer to age with Hector.
Yeah, I'm old.
But
Steve is 65 years old.
Same.
And I'll tell you, I feel like I'm spry 32.
Yeah.
but the animated Batman the animated series is my jam, and Batman Beyond came out, and I was like,
what?
It was like
too much. Too futuristic.
Maybe because I just loved the right. I just loved. Maybe that's what it was.
No, dude, I got so into Batman Beyond because I think I was so affected and sucked in by the very first episode. It debuted in 1999. Yeah. And I remembered as a 12-year-old that they were hyping it up and they were like, this Saturday or whenever it was going to premiere. And the first 2 episodes was like a 2-parter, knowing that it was like the continuation of Batman the Animated Series. And I still vividly remember the opening scene of that show was basically like original Batman cartoon. But then as soon as Bruce Wayne, who was older, he was 65 and he had the cool new suit.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
It was cool. As soon as he had a heart attack and had to pick up a gun to like fight off some crook
because he couldn't
like grab a batarang or he had to use a gun to threaten somebody. The bad guy was like, hey, never mind, and left. And Bruce Wayne like got over his heart attack barely, held the gun, took off the mask and said never again and put it away. And then from that moment it went right into that super futuristic Blade Runner and it went into that. And I was like, what the fuck?
You were on a roller coaster.
What's happening?
You were like getting wind blown at you.
But it's because I got sucked in by that opening episode. Now, if I had jumped in like episode 8 and it was just Terry McGinnis Batman, the new kid, and it was the future, Gotham City, I would have also been like, what the heck's what is this?
Well, because it is Bruce Wayne like teaching a young
and
guy
it was
to be
same,
Batman, right?
Greatest voice actor Kevin Conroy. It was that same continuation. He was still the older Bruce Wayne, but I got into it because of that initial shock.
You're making me want to
give it another shot.
Something.
Lisa was into it, I'm sure, because it was like super cool and techno.
Why did you like it,
also,
Lisa?
I thought it was badass, but I also watched the Buzz Lightyear show.
Great.
Because
totally
wasn't
different.
Patrick Warburton?
It was Patrick Warburton.
And I loved Patrick Warburton growing up.
He did
Buzz?
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Was there other great voice talent in there? Probably like the usual.
Nicole Sullivan from Mad TV was another person in that.
I just loved him growing up.
The Star Command. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Is that what it was called?
Yeah. And imagine
he was a good Buzz.
Just being born with that voice. You can do anything with your life.
That's the thing.
That's so powerful.
Some people
he puts it on a little bit, but it comes naturally.
Yeah.
But
it comes naturally.
What was like, what's his name? The guy that talked like this said he was the Affleck guy, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, I thought you were doing Bobcat Goldthwait.
There you go.
No, Iago.
Well, Bobcat too. He was also putting it on.
They were, right.
But Gilbert Gottfried was totally putting it on.
I was gonna say your experience with Batman was like mine with the first episode of Pokemon.
Oh, sucks you right in.
Because when Pokemon came out, it was like 4 p.m.
Continuation of Batman.
Yeah. It's the continuation of Batman.
Totally.
He gets reincarnated. It's an isekai where he gets reincarnated into Kanto region and has to raise Pokemon.
It's crazy.
But I remember I got home from like 3rd grade and it was at 4 p.m. and the first episode of Pokemon was on. I didn't know what it was. I just sat down and tears were streaming down my face when he's like trying to save Pikachu after getting attacked by the Spearows.
All the birds attacked
I had
him.
never cried from any media thing before that. My
no
entire
shit.
life.
How old were you?
I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, she's much younger.
Because
I
much younger. I would like to feel
I gotta
that
call
way.
my agent.
But I did watch. I remember I saw Pokemon the first movie in theaters.
It was emotional.
And every single kid in there was like dead silent crying.
I think that's the melodrama I'm talking about.
Because all the Pokemon.
Because I'm like, I want to laugh at little guys.
Yeah.
But all the Pokemon,
don't make me cry.
They all died at the end of that movie and were brought back to life from like the tears of Ash and Pikachu.
That's
It's like so crazy. Yeah.
And then Mewtwo is like this existential like machine creature that was built from Mew. It's like kind of a fucked up thing.
Did you have like a thing for Mewtwo?
Oh yeah.
That's so interesting.
She had a thing for Dragonite.
Yeah, Mewtwo
Which one's
and
that?
Dragonite.
He's a big, thick dragon Pokemon.
He's
Charizard?
No,
Dopier. Softer.
Dopier?
Charizard was hard and sharp. Dragonite was soft.
I just know the main ones.
Yeah.
But there's
okay, so we're in Ghostbusters. What else did you geek out about?
Wait. First, we have to show him what Dragonite looks like.
You gotta see.
Let me take a look at this.
He's on WikiFeet.
Oh yeah, I thought that was Charizard.
Honestly,
No.
Wait, Lisa, you don't have a tattoo of him?
Yeah.
not yet.
Wait,
yet.
that thing doesn't turn into Charizard?
Pull up a Charizard. Totally
No,
different Pokemon.
Dragonite. I have a whole bit
But
about
don't
it.
they...
Because like Dragonite,
Charmander-
My brain hurts.
Charmander turns into Charmeleon, turns into Charizard. They're
Charizard.
fire type.
No, Dragonite is Charizard if you had a drinking problem. That's like
Yeah.
that's Charizard. Charmander,
Yeah. But
Charizard-
don't they look kind of similar?
No,
Yes.
Charizard's like a hot
They
guy.
look kind of similar.
Lisa, they're orange dragons.
Yeah,
No,
they
I-
must
One-
be the same.
one
species.
One has
listen,
a dad bod, and
one is-
that was mine.
One
I
is
like
Chris
the
Hemsworth, the other's Liam Hemsworth. But
Yeah,
they're cut
exactly.
from the same cloth.
One's Chris Hemsworth. No,
Yeah.
one is Thor when he had his drinking problem.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
one is just
Okay.
Thor.
That's
There
great.
you
Yeah.
go.
Both hot?
Yeah.
You're not making it easy for me.
Yeah.
Big Thor.
Yeah,
Big
thick Thor.
Big Thor. I love Ghostbusters and shit, and then I love like Little Shop of Horrors and Never Ending Story. And,
Oh.
yeah, like
the
I love
never
like.
ending store.
Oh, I gotta tell you guys about Gagus.
Yes.
So
Now you're making stuff up. This is a dynamic banter bit.
Okay,
You're
no,
just
this
making
is
up
not.
a word.
This hasn't even leaked into dynamic banter.
Really?
Wow,
This
this,
is
is exclusive
exclusive.
content right
Exclusive?
now.
I'm letting you guys in on something that is. We're on the ground floor of
A Gagu?
of some new terminology.
I'll invest. What do you need?
Okay, so let me know if you're on board with this.
Okay.
So a Gagu is a puppet creature in a movie.
Yes. I think I've heard about this.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're talking like Gremlins are Gagus.
What was that? Wait, is it the actual term?
Well, it's
It's Steve's term. Thank
We're-
you.
we're workshopping it.
Uh-huh.
It's been a thing in our friend group for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it has leaked out into further friend groups. And I think one of our friends made a Gagoogle.
Great.
And it's a website where it's just a secret thing that nobody else knows about.
Gagu.
Wow.
But it's like we started this whole thing of like, what is a Gagu and what isn't a Gagu?
Oh.
Like Jabba the Hutt
Is a Gagu.
is a Gagu,
But CG Jabba the Hutt is not.
not a Gagu.
It has to be controlled by.
It's got to be like
It's got to be
yeah.
a puppet. A
Interesting.
tangible.
But then you ask like, what about like Godzilla? Is Godzilla a Gagu? Well, Godzilla's not a puppet.
But
Godzilla is a guy in a suit.
you're right. But sometimes some shots of Godzilla is a hand
There's
puppet.
a Gagu Godzilla.
Yeah, there is a Gagu Godzilla.
Godzilla.
That's
There's
a great question.
Gaguzilla.
Right.
So anyway, I love Gagus.
Is what about
Yeah,
oh, shit,
let's
I'm
go.
trying to think of
like Critters? The Critters.
Obviously,
Critters are
Sesame
Gagu?
Street. Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. Yeah, well, see,
Gagu.
that's actually an interesting wall we've hit about
Okay.
Gagus. Is like Sesame Street, like our Muppets Gagus.
Oh.
And it's like, I guess technically, but a Gagu is more like a creature.
Do you
Mm.
own any puppets?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at him. Of course,
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Zaragoza
I
owns
mean-
puppets.
I've got
Oh
puppets.
yeah.
Because I feel like that's a market that I feel like I've never explored.
Yeah.
Puppetry.
Oh, so you puppetry is far from your. There's no
You gotta
puppetry
go.
in your Venn diagram.
You got to go
No.
to r/crosslegs/puppets.
Puppets.
They're there.
R/crossleg
It's just,
puppets.
it's just Kermit the Frog
it's-
doing
it's
like
Miss
this.
Piggy. Anytime she's like,
I
like,
think
it's
that,
like
These
that.
are the things that are fascinating because I have a friend that got really into puppets during the pandemic.
okay.
as
start-
most people did.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't have friends.
Listen,
they make bread. They got
This-
into
wait,
puppets.
this friend?
Yeah.
now?
In pandemic, I got into streaming and was like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just gonna have a drinking problem and play video games every
Yeah.
night and make money.
And
And
Steve
monetize.
in the pandemic was like, I'm gonna get into Gagus.
I'm gonna dig into this Gagu thing.
You know what mine was?
What?
Pillow forts.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
during
smart.
the
And,
pandemic.
and they got a decent following.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wait, was it for your Warhammer collection?
No,
Awesome.
So
Was
we-
Noodle involved?
pre-noodle.
Sometimes
Pre-noodle.
Pre-noodle.
I don't want to know
Pre-noodle.
about
I don't wanna-
Yeah.
I don't want to see those
I
forts.
think about Mark.
No,
I think about Mark is
shade.
when we first did our like episode 0 of this podcast, where we were like, we want to have people on the show that aren't like they're in the nerdy space somehow,
Yeah.
but they're more in the entertainment, and we want
Yeah.
to see what they're into. And he asked Mark, he was like, "Oh, I do Warhammer," and I was like, "That is like the most nerdy
The
thing
nerdiest
you can
And
get.
look at him. Mark looks like super handsome and cool and chill, and he has Warhammer
I
40K
think to me, there is a weird thing with handsome men.
and
and
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Okay,
And I don't
actually,
know
you're
what
right.
it is.
Henry
It's
Cavill.
just Henry Cavill and me.
Yeah.
Raul Coley.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
He's huge
Yep.
Warhammer.
Yep.
And R.I.P. Robin Williams.
Robin
He
Williams
got
in a Warhammer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the coolest thing.
There's some famous guy.
Robin Williams was a Gagu. No, he wasn't. He was a normal man.
But he could be a hot dog sometimes. He would do hot dog. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, this is a hot dog.
Patch Adams? No, Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's like Vin Diesel or someone.
Vin Diesel's in
Henry
D&D.
Cavill?
Henry Cavill. Was
Henry
in Warhammer.
Cavill. You already mentioned him.
I did.
Okay.
So Vin and Swingers guy.
Oh,
Vince
John
Vaughn?
Favreau? Oh, Vince Vaughn.
Or Favreau.
Huge D&D guy.
Vince
Which
Vaughn?
one?
Vince Vaughn.
Whoa.
That's
I
amazing.
love finding out that like hot people are hidden nerds.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Because I hid that shit my whole life, and I was like, I'm getting it all tattooed on me. I can't hide anymore.
I know.
This is me, baby.
Yeah,
you
Now I just can't not be. Now I have to keep being hot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like now that's it. Like, I've already surpassed in recent. Now I just gotta keep the LA.
Well, because you got to think
level.
about your little lady version,
My little lady
littlest
Lisa.
lady version.
Who was watching Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
And being like, I want to be a hot
Yeah, be
person.
like, look at me, I'm a hot babe now. And because I was myself.
Do you feel like that?
No.
Yeah, you should.
No.
You are
Yeah,
a
you
hot
should.
babe. We all are.
What,
Everyone.
you want me to dance?
Yeah. But no, the puppet stuff. Like,
Okay, here's
I
a
love
here's a
puppets.
question.
Yes.
we're all over the place. I love this.
No, I got one.
Yeah. Okay.
The movie Short Circuit.
Yes.
And Short Circuit 2. Johnny Five is alive. I didn't know you had that tattoo. I just brought him up organically. Oh my God.
There he is right there.
Synchronicity.
Johnny Five.
That's Johnny Five.
Is this a Gagu?
You know what's funny?
Is he a creature or
That's
no?
actually really...
Because it's a practical. Because I was just
Interesting.
thinking of like in Star Wars, like K2SO from Rogue One
Yeah.
was a CG. Like, because he was on set just in a mocap suit. That's not a
that's
Gagu.
right. Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do Star Wars and they have some, like
yeah,
C-3PO is
like
a suit.
IG-11, the one that
Yes,
Taika Waititi
that's a
was.
yeah. So is it a Gagu?
Whoa.
Is R2D2
I
a
love
I gotta
Gagu?
how
call-
into Gagus you are.
You know, let's work together on this.
Okay,
Let's work together.
let's go to the Gagoogle.
We gotta go to
Yeah.
Gagoogle. We'll make you an admin
Wait.
on Gagoogle.
I do have I have a Gagu question.
Okay, yes.
If it's a robot,
Well,
That's what we're trying to figure out. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Like,
Because so far, if you can, let's back out
Let's
for a
back
second.
out.
Step back.
yeah.
Give us your best understanding definition of Gagu.
I think
You said creature. You said practical.
puppet.
In
Yeah.
a film. TV
Yeah.
show counts.
TV show counts, yeah.
So like, is the Crypt Keeper a Gagu?
I would say yes, the Crypt Keeper is a
Oh.
Gagu, yeah.
From Tales of the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah,
That's a Gagu.
yeah, that's a
so
Gagu.
it's a puppet, but you were like, maybe Godzilla isn't because it's a person in a suit.
So, like, you know the TV show Dinosaurs?
Yes.
Remember Dinosaurs?
Yes.
yes,
like,
with the
baby
saddest
Sinclair and
ending
shit?
ever.
Yes.
Dude,
Don't even get me
ridiculous.
started.
I know. Now you want me to cry for
Yeah.
real. You were crying to Pokemon. I was
The
crying to
Sinclairs.
The
No.
Sinclairs.
But you know what? That actually did fuck me up too, though.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's like they don't have that in kids shit anymore.
Yeah.
Which is maybe
We don't traumatize kids enough.
We don't
anymore.
traumatize it. Dude, I totally fully agree with that.
Yeah, I
I think
also
about
agree
Dark
with that.
Crystal and how that and Return
Full
to
of Gagus.
Oz.
Full of Gagus.
Full of Gagus. But
Yeah.
but Dinosaurs
Is puppets.
is interesting because it's puppets and it's animatronics and it's people in suits.
Yeah, all together.
Like Baby Sinclair.
Oh,
Yes.
so animatronics don't count.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. Like
but
at
like,
Disneyland.
but like Gizmo from Gremlins probably has some
has
animatronic
animatronics,
element.
But the creature is meant to be. It's a puppet.
It's a puppet.
Like it's a puppet. So I feel
Wow.
like puppets.
Cross
Like,
literally.
dude, you know what? Let's just say it. IG-11 or whatever
Is
his
a
name
Gagu?
is a Gagu.
So robots. So
So
it doesn't.
Short
It doesn't have
Circuit.
to be an organic creature
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah, it's
It
just
can
a
be.
puppet.
But I guess maybe the definition is non-human. Non-human,
Correct.
right?
Non-human.
If you have an animatronic of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800,
Not a
when they're
Gagu.
pulling out something, and they're doing
Even
it
though
like,
it is a puppet.
and they're
right.
you're saying not
That's
a Gagu because that's a person.
It's a person, exactly.
It's almost like a prosthetic special
Yeah.
effect whenever they have to blow up a head.
Right.
Or something in a
What
horror
about a
movie.
face hugger?
Gagu.
Oh, good one, dude! You got
You
it.
got it. That's
Lisa
in
got
fact,
it.
We got to add that to Gagu.
In
Look
fact,
it up,
yeah.
guys.
Xenomorph
like-
in the suit? No.
Nope,
Yeah.
not a Gagu.
Face hugger?
Face
Yeah.
hugger Gagu.
Chest burster Gagu.
Gagu. This. Oh, for sure.
That's definitely a hand.
That's the
what I'm saying.
Gagooiest of them all. That's the
Yeah.
Gagooiest of them all.
The
Because there's a little.
Gagooiest.
Yeah.
It moves its mouth.
Like,
Oh,
is it
God.
like Grogu?
Gagu.
Grogu's a Gagu.
Grogu. Grogu Gagu.
How
Grogu Gagu.
I love
Grogu
how
Gagu.
unhinged this episode is.
Lady
Grogu-
Gaga, Grogu Gagu.
Lady Gaga,
that
not
is-
a Gagu,
That is
but
the name of the episode.
but
Grogu
Lady
is a
Gaga-
Gagu.
performing on the piano with Miss Piggy Gagu.
I'm literally writing
Grogu Gagu.
How do you? Okay, for one thing, how do you spell Gagu?
Gagu.
Oh, I thought it was Gagoo.
Gagu.
Gagu. Gagu.
That
Grogu
sounds like,
Gagu.
I wonder if that means anything in Japanese.
Oh shit.
Gagu.
It means,
what if it's something really
cum.
bad?
It means like sticky cum.
Honestly, the simulation, I would be like, the simulation is real. It's real because why, how?
Yeah.
Why, how?
Okay, wow. Okay, so why did we start talking about Gagu?
Because we were talking about puppets, and I love puppets.
The shit
like
that you
movies
love.
with puppets, Gremlins, Little Shop of Horrors.
I'm assuming that's your favorite genre of movie is puppets.
I mean, I do love the Muppets like so much.
Yeah,
Like
man.
the Muppets.
Favorite
are,
Muppet?
like,
Favorite? Hang on. Before you say it.
Yeah.
Before you say it, I want to guess.
Okay.
Because I think
I'll give you 2 guesses.
Because I think people's favorite Muppet says everything about them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I
So-
and
I don't even have a favorite Muppet.
I know. I think you do. You just don't know it yet.
But it's like asking you what's your favorite Pokemon,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
I guess. Yeah.
Does it switch at all for you? Like, are you like?
Yeah, it depends on the generation.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh.
But I have multiple. There's way more Pokemon than there are Muppets.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
also Pokemon don't usually have as strong personalities as a Muppet.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Right?
They're all like different.
Animal and
personality types.
Gonzo and Fozzie, it's about personalities. Even
Yeah.
like the 4 different Ninja Turtles as personalities.
Yeah.
Pokemon are more
I
animal
think I do
creatures.
have a favorite Muppet actually.
Okay.
But I'll
I
let
want
you
to
guess.
I want to guess both of yours, and then I want you guys to guess mine.
Yeah, this
So
is fun.
I'm gonna guess Lisa's favorite Muppet.
Well, what
Oh.
are I need to know a little
Oh.
bit. Can I get a
Gonzo
little?
for sure.
What is it?
Gonzo.
You're saying Gonzo? But I need to know. Oh, is it Gonzo?
I love a trash man. Yeah, there you go.
Wait, Oscar the Grouch
Oh
or
yeah,
Gonzo?
Oscar.
Oh,
Gonzo.
see, okay,
yeah,
so
no, Gonzo.
She meant Oscar.
So that
Yeah,
was my.
I
First...
like the
That's such a Gonzo thing
But
to
see,
do
that's
too.
such a my question was going to be, what is your Muppet knowledge?
You're right.
What kind
And
what do
I
you
think
know?
we got to separate Muppets and Sesame Street. I think we have to.
Not at all.
No,
They're the
I know
same company,
I
the
know.
same people.
I
To me,
know.
they're all the same.
I know they
And
cross
they
over.
were all in the same movie at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's hard
I
to.
know.
It's like I won't argue with you.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like
you understand the distinction.
there is
Fine.
a distinction.
I
We'll
actually
open it
think
up.
I used to think
You could say
all of them
Oscar.
are the same anyways. Oscar the Grouch.
Is
That's
your
racist.
favorite?
is
You
the
love a trash
Grouch.
man.
Yeah.
That makes a lot
I
of
also
sense.
do like Gonzo too, though.
Oscar the Grouch is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've
But
never
they're both
seen,
separate.
Most
Yeah.
underrated and my favorite, Pepe.
Oh, Pepe's great, but Pepe's new generation.
He is new generation. He's like 90s
But, like,
and beyond.
Yeah.
Even on the
he's
newer
good.
shows that
Yeah,
were on
he's
ABC,
so funny. Yes.
Yeah, Muppets Tonight.
stole the show.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, okay?
Oh, yeah.
He's hilarious,
He
dude.
honestly brought in a
Yeah.
modern type
Yeah.
of
Energy.
improv humor that the Muppets didn't really have.
Yeah. You couldn't have like the 2011 Jason Segel Muppets without Pepe.
I agree.
See, I
You
never
need-
watched any of the new ones though.
Don
good.
Juan
Good.
Prawn.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Pepe
I
the
only
King
watched
Prawn.
the old ones, which I grew up on, which is why I'm like, I get them mixed up. I get Sesame Street and
Sure.
Muppets mixed up.
That's
all
fine.
the time.
Have you guys ever seen? Because I've never seen Elmo and Grouchland.
No,
And
I haven't.
I heard that that's actually like a sleeper.
It might be.
A
movie.
sleeper hit.
It's
I
a
think, that,
sleeper
I think
hit.
that was a direct to video. I don't know if they ever released
I'm
it
surprised you
theatrically.
haven't seen it.
Are you sure?
Actually, I might be wrong. It
might
might have
be-
had
it
a
might have
limited.
been.
Listen,
you
I
know.
was wrong about Oscar and Gonzo. It's early. It's okay.
Well, Oscar makes perfect sense for you. You know why?
Because he's a trash man.
Yeah, but Oscar. Let's talk about Oscar for a second. He on outward appearances, he acts grumpy.
But
He's
not.
got the biggest heart
He's
of
a
them all.
tsundere.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got the biggest heart of. He's a what?
softie.
He's a what? Say that again.
He's a tsundere.
He's a
Which is a
tsundere.
Japanese term for a character who's initially cold but has like a big heart. They like
Isn't
hide.
that
like-
all of them?
Yeah,
hide-
like Vegeta
It's
from
like,
Dragon Ball Z.
I don't
and-
actually like you.
but
it's the
I could
fir-
never like you.
Person who's just like, dude, they're kind of a hard ass, but you know, once you get to
Yeah.
know them, they're actually like really lovable.
like a Han Solo
Yeah.
or like a you know
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch, perfect for that.
like a Mike Falzone, you know? Like,
yeah, perfect.
He's
like
scruffy, but
no,
he's got a good heart.
Mike is like a Sweetums. He's just this big lipped.
He is
Hey
big, you're right,
guys,
you're right.
big
Mike's
shaggy.
got both energies,
Yeah.
Oscar and Sweetums.
I want to try to
energies.
guess. Let's try to guess Steve's
Okay,
favorite Muppet.
well, and you must know
Okay.
that it's like, you know, it can change.
I understand.
There's like one that I always come back to because there's
God.
just like that classic OG
I
love.
I think I know what it is.
Okay.
Miss Piggy.
Well, I mean, come on. Who
She's
doesn't love Miss Piggy?
she's an icon.
She's fantastic.
She's
Yeah.
maybe the funniest of all the Muppets.
Yeah,
she is
I
the
mean,
Dolly Parton of Muppets.
yes.
I love that they would just twist her eyes
Yeah.
to the side and they would be angry.
Yeah. I'm gonna say for Steve, based off of how I know you, how we're friends, and if I'm wrong, understand this is the highest compliment.
Sure.
Just help me get to the path of the right one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, talking classic Muppets, the energy, the comedy, I'm going to say Animal is your favorite.
Wow!
I'm going to say Animal.
You are very Animal.
Now, I am ignoring the fact that you're like a big, like, comedy person, which makes me think Fozzie,
you look
Gonzo.
Like Animal. You got
the whole like the energy.
You're very feral.
So
you know?
I got it wrong. I got it wrong, but
you got it wrong. But I accept it as a compliment for sure.
You see it
because the thing is all of the Muppets. There's a little bit of all of us in all the Muppets.
That's true,
right?
So
we'll
beautiful.
be right back.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Can you picture that?
Let's cut to a clip. And so I definitely have animal energy, and I understand the whole like what the hell is gonna happen next.
And you're a musician.
And the musician, and stuff like that. But Animal is also uncontrollable,
a little chaotic
in every way.
Right.
And I feel like I at one point was, but am not that at my heart.
You know how to be.
He's a beach boy now.
And where? You're a beach boy. Laid back. Laid back beach boy. All right.
There's always been a chillness inside me, but I'll give you another guess.
Lisa, what do we think for Steve?
I already said Miss Piggy.
Oh,
Miss Piggy's. I mean, I love Miss Piggy.
I know.
It's not Miss Piggy.
I know.
But she's definitely up there.
One more guess. I'm gonna go with
You said classic.
Yeah,
I did say classic.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go Fozzie Bear. I gotta go Fozzie.
It's Fozzie because Fozzie is like.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be
he's
the
like he's like a cool guy, you know?
Yeah, and he's like a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a sweet
He's definitely the most huggable.
He's so huggable.
Yeah.
And he's corny.
Yeah.
And he makes jokes that only
he's totally corny.
That only he laughs at.
Unapologetically.
Like he thinks he's funny.
Yes.
Even when nobody else does, but it doesn't let him like get him down.
Never. Like when he when he bombs, he's like, I'm on to the next one now.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, that was a great show.
I should start doing that in my stand-up.
You really
should.
Just do Fozzie jokes.
That's it.
Like, what are the tomatoes? Say to the like just stupid dad jokes.
I'll just walk out in the costume too, just full bear,
honestly,
everything.
And then you're gonna be on r/girls dressed like Fozzie.
Cross legs.
r/cross-leg Fozzie cosplay.
Cross legs.
Wait, so producer Mark, was your favorite Pepe? Yeah, we're going. That's
okay,
great.
so
that's great.
And by the way, for me, it also interchanges between Fozzie, Rolf.
Oh, laid back.
Which one's Rolf?
King.
He's the dog,
the piano player,
and he's just and Jim Henson like was Rolf.
Yes,
and he was a lot of them, but he
said he was mostly him.
Yeah, and Rolf was like he loved being.
And
Rolf.
Rolf was maybe the earliest.
Wow, you're making me want to watch Muppets.
Yeah, because they're great.
Everything. The original Muppet movie is a
masterpiece.
Great place to
have
start.
they made not obviously Muppets, but have they made any new puppet-ish films? Anything that's like been iconic in the last like 10 years?
Not iconic, I don't know, but I will say that A24 is coming out with this.
Oh, that
Legend of Ochi. Looks super cute,
and
it's
that's a Gagu.
Wait,
Gagu.
what about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh,
I mean,
there's some because it's animatronics, and there's
counts.
also there also is like puppet-ish creatures in there, right?
There was this. I think I would say technically, that's a new Muppet.
There's
new
puppet games.
movie.
Puppet
Do you remember
Liza P? That's about it.
Frankie Frico is a movie that came out. It's from the guy that did Psycho Gorman.
Oh, Psycho Gorman was cool. I saw that. That was fun.
It's like the next movie from those guys, and it's like little puppet guys. And that's like a new puppet movie.
I have another Gagu question.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because I just played Liza P a few months ago. That is the Pinocchio horror game that came out.
Oh, what the fuck?
And the main character looks like Timothy Chalamet.
I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
Too spooky.
It is. It's a great game.
Timothy Chalamet, Gagu.
It's a great. Yeah.
He's a Gagu. They made him in a lab.
Dude, I would Gagu the shit out of. Timothy has a very Gagu face.
Yeah,
like
you'd Gagu the shit out of him.
What does that mean?
He's like a Goo Goo Gagu.
He's a
You'd
Goo
put
Goo
your
Gagu.
hand inside
He's like
of him and
no,
control him?
yes, yeah, no.
Lasina Gaib.
I was thinking more like Gagu. I get cute aggression with this.
I
face,
gotcha,
you know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yeah.
But like in the
He
game,
looks 14. Yeah.
in the game, it's like you have to attack these puppets that have gone crazy.
That's
I don't
cool.
like
And it's actually really fucking good. And it was made by a South Korean studio, which is crazy.
It on Steam?
Yeah.
It on Steam.
And
You
it's
should play it.
It's
I might, yeah.
It's spooky. It's good. But would those be considered Gagu? Because they are puppets. They're like basically like human puppets. You know, like Pinocchio.
No, because it's all
human part
CG.
is where
It's all in the video game. It's not. There's not live action
Is it
components
live
in the
action?
game,
True.
right? It needs to be
Yeah,
live action
that's
filmed
actually- wow,
quality.
You guys are bringing up
Yeah.
We
incredible.
really are going in depth in the Gagu
You're pulling
era.
me into some areas I never considered, like video games. Like,
Mhm.
could there be Gagus in video games? But I guess it all comes back to practical puppets.
The medium. Yeah.
Like,
if you're playing a game
yeah.
that has live action cutscenes and there's a Gagu
Is
in that,
Yeah.
Wait,
that
is
counts.
Megan a puppet?
oh,
Megan is a
Yeah.
human.
no,
she's not.
a doll.
Or is she a Gagu?
She's like a Johnny Five, bro. She's a robot.
But it's humanoid. Like, I wouldn't say
True.
Bicentennial Man is a
Oh.
Gagu.
Is not.
Nah.
I love the term
Oh.
Gagu with Bicentennial Man is not a Gagu is a sentence I would never hear in my life.
So wait a minute. Wait a
Until
minute.
now.
I know.
Wait.
I know. We're
Johnny
not-
Five is a Gagu.
Yes. I would say
But if
technically
you
yes.
just put like a rubber mask on his head to make him look more humanoid, you'd be like no longer Gagu.
But if the spirit of the character
Was the
is
same.
Ah,
yeah.
That's actually a good thing. It's like it can't be a Gagu if it's too human-like.
Yeah,
because
correct.
If it has like a soul of a human.
it takes away the
Yeah.
puppet look
Oh.
like
to it.
let's think of some like
That's what I'm thinking. Like I can't think because obviously,
the people at Disneyland dressed in outfits are not Gagus.
like when I think of like puppets, I think of Muppets and Sesame Street. Yeah, like that's what I go to, and I guess now Gremlins. That was put
Yeah,
on.
Gremlins.
So now I'm like thinking, like, has there been anything like that in like the last? Because
yeah.
I
like-
think Steve mentioned it. I think the biggest one probably in pop culture the past couple of years, Grogu Gagu.
Yeah, Grogu.
It's the Star Wars TV show, The Mandalorian, and the
What
Grogu puppet.
Grogu.
I'm talking about
Like
an
a new
actual,
original
an
new thing?
actual media that came out that is just based around puppets.
I would say the
Ah.
closest thing, soonest, most recent,
Yeah.
is the Dark Crystal Age of.
Oh, the Netflix show.
Yeah, the Netflix.
But it's a continuation, and
Yeah,
you know,
but it
it's a
was
sequel
whole
show.
new. It was like
That's true.
entirely puppets.
That's
It's just
true.
crazy to think about because I feel like at this point Hollywood is just running out of ideas. That's why they keep
Yeah.
doing like shitty video
Dude,
game
but you know
adaptations
what,
and
though?
remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that Dark Crystal show was actually good.
I heard it was great.
and it had
Heard
like
was great.
Simon Pegg and
Yeah.
like all these like great voice, like Fred Armisen, I think,
Oh, great.
is a voice of something.
He seems like a
But
puppet guy.
Right?
Also,
Yeah,
also
he's very
Lisa,
puppet-like.
also, Lisa, we're not 4 years old anymore, so we might not be the demographic of new puppet stuff that's coming out. and
Whatever,
we're
I
not
would
aware.
watch it.
Listen, I've
I
got
know.
my finger on the felt.
Okay, you've got it.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I think.
But
I mean,
also, even the old like Muppets were kind of not really catered to just children.
That's true.
No,
It was-
not
it-
at all,
they were
yeah.
big pop culture things.
Muppet
Yeah.
Show was like a
Prime
late
time.
night show. Like
you know,
yeah, like
3 of
a
those
prime time.
Muppets had drinking
Yeah.
problems.
They
So,
did.
That's
I
right.
mean-
Name them.
Scooter was in rehab.
Scooter,
Yeah.
Scooter, dude.
Yeah.
New Zealand for sure,
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
and that one that always blew
Dude,
up. The,
my third, by the way.
Yeah.
Dr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth and
from
the
the
Electric,
Electric
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The singer, he's like the guy's like, yeah, man. He's
Yeah.
got like the big beard. And
Wait, have you performed with puppets before?
I have, dude.
What?
I
Where?
realized
When?
so much
what?
about
when?
you, right.
Where?
Well, okay, so
I love that we talked about puppets this whole time.
So I always try to put puppets and stuff. Like we had this thing back in my SourceFed days
Yep.
called Source Fred. And he was this monster that would come in and he'd be like, I like vagina. Or I can't remember what I made him say.
Sure,
Some
that
weird
sounds
shit like that.
correct. Yeah.
Right? Like I like vagina.
Who doesn't?
Right. Well, who does that? I mean, we all come from there, right? Can't refute that.
Yeah.
Refute.
Yeah.
But so one of the first things I did in the industry
Yeah.
was I got cast as this like the face of the Kids WB website.
Oh my God.
It's so funny how I met you after all of this. Like you've done so much cool
So much
shit.
And you
shit.
didn't
before.
like Batman Beyond? They should have fired your
Dude,
ass.
There was so much Batman Beyond shit.
Yeah,
It was-
well, I know, he was all over it.
It was all
And you
over
were like
it.
rolling your eyes like, oh, this fucking guy again. Hey kids, tune in for the next
Yeah.
episode of Batman Beyond.
Yeah, exactly.
great.
And so it was like it was like a hosting gig, pretty much. And they brought in puppets. And it was puppets made by the people that made the Crank Yankers puppets.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, the Crank Yankers.
Remember Crank
Oh my
Yankers?
god.
Talk about puppets, Gagus.
Yeah.
And so
Gagus for adults.
Yeah.
Adult Gagus.
Exactly.
There you go.
And so they made like a Scooby-Doo
Amazing.
and a Captain Caveman. Right? And they made like sort of the ancillary ones.
Mhm.
Like the side characters. They had like Deputy Dog and like
Yeah.
I don't know if you know these guys. These
Oh,
are
yeah,
like
Hanna-Barbera.
classic Hanna-Barbera.
Deep cut.
Deep cut guys.
They did like Rough and Ready, and you're like, nobody
Yeah.
knows these characters.
Exactly. Was that the rabbit? There was a rabbit. Ricochet Rabbit.
Ricochet Rabbit.
And I was like in a puppet world, dude. Like fucking like a kid show host, like with Captain Caveman puppet here, and I'm like, come on, Captain, let's go! And like stuff like that.
God, that's
But
so
check
fun.
this out.
You have such a good puppet voice.
No beard.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I was clean
You're
shaven.
baby. You're baby
I remember.
Steve.
I can
Because,
picture it.
Dude, it's a rare sight.
I've seen photos.
There's photos.
But you still had the kind of nice little wavy locks.
yeah,
a
I
little
can't
bit.
hide that.
you
That's
know?
just like my natural like shit my mama
Man.
gave me.
Yeah.
But the like I remember when I got the Kids WB gig, they were like, "You got to shave your beard. Like
You look too scary.
I looked too scary for kids." But they sent me to like Comic-Con and stuff, and I got to like.
And now kids love Jack Black. So
Now kids love Jack Black, and I was like, "Oh, why did I goddamn lean into that shit?"
Yep.
But it's like you did all this stuff before I knew you, and now I'm like
So much
sad.
shit.
Now I want to go back
Why?
and I need to look at all the Steve
There's
lore.
so much.
So much.
you go to
Steve lore.
r/kidswb archive.
r/kidswb.com
saved it.
fans.
All of the material, all the commercials.
Do you ever bring puppets onto your podcast?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
dude.
god.
Oh,
See, I'm
don't
learning
bring that
so
guy
much.
up. That guy fucking sucks.
Okay, so
That guy sucks,
which
dude.
one? Which
That
one?
stupid puppet guy you brought on,
That-
he sucks.
Wait,
I hate him.
Wait. I need
Oh
to know
my
what
god.
this is.
What's his name?
Which
Fucking
one?
Clark or something. What's his name? Greg?
Which one?
The-
The guy that's a regular guy?
Yeah.
The guy Jeff?
Jeff sucks, dude. I hate him.
Wait, why do you
Worst
hate Jeff?
Gagu, worst Gagu ever made.
Jeff is a regular guy, and it's Mike's like puppet. And its name is Jeff, and it's
Because
literally
I feel like I've seen your puppet
Get,
clips.
pull up, get your
Oh,
phone.
yeah,
get your
there's
phone.
puppet
Get your
clips.
phone.
Get your phone. Get your
Get your
phone.
phone.
There's
I don't have
puppet
mine's
clips.
over there.
Uh-huh.
we got tons of puppet clips. And we started to like kind of bring puppets into the show because we were like, no one's fucking bringing puppets into the
Have
goddamn
you done it in the
podcast.
live shows yet?
Mike brought this chef puppet we have called Giuseppe.
That's fun.
And,
That's a fun name
to
at
one
least.
of his shows.
Jeff
Yeah,
can go to
he-
hell though.
Because he's just like a regular guy.
We were talking about Adam
Hey, I'm
Driver.
sorry. My name is Jeff.
Oh,
I'm
I've
just a
seen
regular
Jeff.
guy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Jeff, a regular guy here. Hi, super good to be here. I heard you talking about Adam Driver. Yeah. And you said that he was a regular guy? Yeah, that's just a regular guy. How is he a regular guy? He's a movie star. I'm Jeff.
So yeah, Jeff's very like
Jeff is an open mic comic.
Yes, exactly.
Jeff is Mike 10 years ago.
Yes. Oh my god.
There you go. I love that.
That could be more true than
I love that puppets are just like deep personas inside of the
Well,
person
yeah, 'cause
making them.
it's-
There you go.
It does bring out some side.
It's
of
an
you.
improv.
You guys never
Yeah.
guessed my favorite Muppet.
Ah, shit.
Oh,
just
Okay,
moved
okay,
on from that.
Oh
okay,
my
okay.
god.
Denied.
Okay, so you mentioned Sweetums already, and you mentioned Animal.
Mhm.
He's so
And
broken right now.
We mentioned all these other Muppets that
Yeah.
you didn't say. Well, that's my favorite Muppet.
I bet you it's Beaker.
I think that's actually my girlfriend Abby's favorite is Beaker.
Beaker is great. We love Beaker.
Overwhelmed Beaker. It's not Beaker. Good guess though. Good
Has
guess.
it been any of the ones we've guessed so far?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It can't
Oh.
have been.
Why not?
Because you would have said something, wouldn't you have?
Maybe
You
I'm
want
just-
to
maybe I just have a
You
good
just really
face,
wanted
like
us
a
to
poker
guess.
face.
Let's get. Can we get 3 questions? Three yes or no
Sure.
questions.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So Lisa asked the first one, which was, "Did you say it?" already?
Lady or boy?
Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
OG or new?
OG. But I love Pepe. Pepe might be
Pepe's
my
great.
close
Okay.
second.
I love
you know?
his okay thing. He would every time he says something.
Anytime he flirts
The
with a
thing is,
human
I
woman.
only remember like
Uh-huh.
maybe 5
That's
or 6
okay. You know
Muppets.
this one. This is not one you don't know.
Okay.
I'm not throwing a fucking.
Oh,
you
it's
know.
so was that your third? Was that the third question? Is it one we know?
No.
I'll give
Is
that
it
to you for
one-
free.
no.
I'll give it to you for free. It's okay.
A third for free?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Shit. Okay. Was it a? This might be too specific.
Go
of a
ahead.
Question. Was it a Jim Henson performed
Oh no,
character?
it was not.
Whoa. Okay. OG.
Mm-hmm.
Elmo.
You know what? Good guess. I have a lot of love in my heart for Elmo. And I think I fell off the Elmo train a little bit. And then the Rocco controversy started up again. And I was like, Elmo's my dude. Elmo's hilarious. It's a rock. It's so funny to me.
Wait.
But it's not a Sesame Street.
It's not, okay.
Yeah, not Sesame Street.
Okay, not a Sesame Street.
I'm confusing them.
No, you're fine. I give you like 7 pieces of information. It's okay.
Yeah, we have so much. To
Kermit.
go off of.
Good guess, but no. Why would you say Kermit?
Because you said he's iconic. Or is an OG iconic?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the most iconic.
But why Hector Kermit? Why?
I mean,
get into the heart of it.
Everyone loves Kermit, though.
But why would Hector love Kermit?
Because it's Kermit.
Wait,
it's the same reason why do you love Lisa? Because she's Lisa.
Because she's Kermit.
I'm looking for. I told you why you loved Oscar the Grouch. I gave you the Lisa specific. Give me the Hector specific.
And the specific was that he is a trash man, and because he has a big heart.
That's right.
Okay.
Why? What made you think Hector would love Kermit? Give me the Hector specific.
Because his
friend.
Because he's.
I don't think she knows enough.
I don't know enough Kermit to know. I also don't know enough about Hector.
It's a fucking green frog, you nerd. Shut up. I watched Sailor Moon as a kid.
He's a frog with a freaking collar.
He's a green frog.
No, it's a lily pad that he came up through. That's what it knows.
He's very fashionable.
That's literally what it is.
Insane.
It's a lily pad that he pokes his head.
You know, no. Okay, you want to know why? Because he loves.
Just laugh like Michael Jackson.
Because he loves his wife. There you go. How about that?
He's a wife guy.
He's a wife guy.
Well, Miss Piggy, they got married in a dream sequence. Does it count? I don't know.
They got married at the end of
Listen, maybe they're not canonically married, but he's a wife guy.
But he's a wife guy.
And you're a wife guy.
For sure,
okay, so there. How was that? There's Hector for you.
Thank you.
Yes, he's respectful to women.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you know.
The Kermit is. Okay, fine. I'm going to say, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I think it's Gonzo.
You're right.
It is! Oh! It could literally only
but
have
why
been
is
one
it
other
Gonzo?
one.
It's Gonzo for...
Because he's Mexican?
Yeah, I wish. He's from space, apparently. He is an illegal alien. He's an illegal alien. Pepe's literally Mexican. He's literally Pepe the King Prawn is supposed to be from Mexico.
If I had to assign like
a nationality
to the Muppets, I think Gonzo would be the Mexican.
Well, I used to have a
he's a snappy dresser.
I had a friend growing up
who fucks chickens.
I had a friend growing up who was Mexican, and we called him Gonzo.
Why?
Because his last name was Gonzalez. And
that's hilarious.
And so that's like calling Ignacio Nacho.
Yeah,
that's
so we called him Gonzo.
Wouldn't it be so funny if, as a little kid, you knew that, or you knew a Gonzalez, and then you watch the Muppets and you're like, oh, is this character's name Gonzalez? Is that his full name? There's Kermit and Fozzie and Gonzalez.
Mexican?
Is that character Mexican?
We called him Gonzo just in high school until like
that's so funny.
Early 20s.
I love that.
Is Fozzie Bear's full name Fonzales?
Fonzarelli.
Fonzarelli. You're right. No, Gonzo's my favorite because he is a weird outsider.
Yeah.
And he is
because he's Mexican.
He is Mexican. He's a little bit a show business person, I think. A little bit.
Yeah,
like he's got
a performer
thing, but it's the like I love all the Muppets, but it's that heartbreaking song that he sings.
Yeah.
Where he's like, someday it's out there.
That
like
song makes
wanting to like come back and longing to his home country of Mexico that he's no longer in. I think that's what it is.
My tia.
Yeah. I miss her.
I have just made Gonzo canonically Mexican.
Tamales,
frijoles,
extraño mis gente. Yeah.
I want to see it now. I just want to watch Muppets
in Spanish. I think I do too. I'm gonna go.
Plaza
Sesamo. Oh, dude, that Big Bird was colorful.
It's pretty rad, actually.
So that's why I think because he
What's
has the heartbreak.
He
has the heartbreak.
I go back there someday.
I think so.
Like
I think so. And that was they did the song and they didn't even like confirm whatever Gonzo was. They just sort of had him looking up at the stars.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like 30 years later in Muppets from Space.
Which is a great movie.
Which is really fun. They're like, he is an alien. And then the rest of his people show up.
The planet of Mexico. So there you go.
The planet of Mexico.
Hey,
Cassian Andor's got to come from some planet. You know what I'm saying? Diego Luna, he's in space.
The planet of Tijuana.
The planet of Tijuana. That's right. He's got to fight the Empire.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was fun.
I love that we talked about Muppets a lot.
I feel like we had like a formula with guests, but I feel like it's like we'll just get into it.
You just let it go.
And listen, I learned what a Gagu was today.
I know.
And now I'm gonna
you tell people.
Every time I watch something that has some kind of character in it that isn't human, I'm gonna ask myself, is that a Gagu?
CG.
Like
it's
Teddy
CG,
from AI.
And then you're gonna keep
Gagu.
you're keeping to get messages from me all the time. Be like, Lisa,
Dude,
I can't know if this is a Gagu or not.
We have a Discord thread.
And you have not talked about this on your podcast?
That's Gagu. That's like the Gagu server.
And Jeff, not a Gagu.
Jeff is not
human,
a Gagu.
Too human, regular guy.
Have you? And you have not talked about this on your podcast?
No, we've not, because it's Mike would just be like, I don't know what this shit. I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
he'd be like,
he turned it into a bit,
yeah.
and we accepted it like at face value. We're like, let's talk about it. What is a Gagu? And we got into it.
No, actually, it would be a perfect thing to bring up.
Yeah, you will. You will.
It's just Gagu was such an inside baseball kind of thing.
And do you remember who invented the term? Was it like Whitney Moore or something? Like
it might have been Matt Robb.
Yeah,
you know Matt Robb.
Yeah, no Matt.
And his brother Mark Robb.
Both of them are Gagus.
They also are Gagus.
They are Gagus.
Both of them are Gagus. Yeah.
Legally recognized.
Yes, as Gagus. Good. Yeah, finally they passed that legislation. So
That's right.
So they
oh my God, I love that.
Did.
Wow, I learned something new today, and now I need to rewatch Muppets.
Yeah, and Batman Beyond.
Yeah, and you guys need to watch Muppets in Spanish now.
I know, I do.
And Gonzo is Mexican.
Sorry,
he is Mexican.
That's verdad.
The only Gonzo I know in real life, a Mexican man.
That's
my girlfriend's gonna come into the room like, what are you watching? I'll be like, Los Muppets.
Los Muppets.
La película de Muppet.
I wonder if there's a funny name like, Goofy is Tribilín.
What?
You know Goofy's Tribilín?
No.
In Spanish, Goofy.
His name?
Goofy's name is Tribilín.
What does Tribilín mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So a Goofy movie is just un película Tribilín.
Con Tribilín.
Con Tribilín.
But I wonder if there's a funny name for someone in the Muppets.
Gonzo.
Well, you guys need to rewatch it and then tell us.
We will.
Because I don't know Spanish. But you do.
We'll
translate un poquito.
You
know a little
I know
bit.
Gonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzalez.
I understand Gonzo.
There you go. Oh my God.
Lisa, he's speaking English. No.
Well,
he's speaking Spanish.
He's Mexican.
Yeah.
It's Spanish.
Well, listen, my friend didn't have to come up with the name Gonzo, but
It's
now
a good
every
nickname.
Gonzo is a Gonzalez to me. So
That's
there you
great.
Go. Yeah,
That's
there
beautiful.
you go.
I love it.
Steve, thank you so much for teaching us about Gagus
Yay!
and puppets, and thank you for being a wonderful guest.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
dude. This was fun.
And this was a wonderful episode today of Dork Souls Podcast. Yay!
Yay! Thanks for having me. I love you guys.
There we go.